you have to consider the fact that today's audiences demand visual content as their primary, secondary, and tertiary form of information delivery before they will take the time to read. I think that's very important to consider. If you are not trying to connect at the top of the funnel with visual content as your main form of information delivery to your end audience, you likely won't even get them into your funnel. Now, when you consider all the types of visual content out there, I'm not going to hide it, I'm not going to lie, video is the one that is in most demand. If the very first piece of content that somebody sees about your brand or service is video, you're going to see a lot more success than trying to make an infographic be their very first touch point or an ebook be their very first touch point. When you think about that, like I'd said, it's not just that video is what's dominating, it's that today, video is dominating now every other form of visual content that's out there. All of these other forms of visual content are still incredibly important to execute and deliver to your end audience. But your very first investment, your very first priority, if you don't already have it, should be at minimum a 90-second explainer video. If you're out there delivering low-quality video, that will lead to a negative perception of the brands that you're representing. So it's really important to always prioritize quality. But let's talk about how to produce these videos and how to really ensure you're delivering at the level that your customers want. The first thing we need to talk about is process. The fact of the matter is you can't create a great 90-second video, and I'm saying 90 seconds for a reason, we'll get to that eventually, but you can't create a great 90-second video overnight. You have to have a very clear process to do it. That process should always start with scripting out the content. Once you have it fully scripted, you should then storyboard it and put that script directly into your storyboard. This gives people the opportunity to have every stakeholder weigh in, to really ensure that you're considering the implications of every single scene, the implications of the voiceover that's happening during each scene, and the implications of how items are moving on and off the screen as well. These are very important things that you really need to nail down before you ever start designing the content or animating the content. And I realize that that might seem very obvious, but you would be surprised at how many people jump right into design, animate, iterate, and keep going back and forth without a clear script, without a clear vision, without a clear goal or understanding of what they're trying to accomplish. So you have to really take that time to write that word-for-word script, organize that scene order, all of that first.